Somewhere in this photo is an image that none of the kids remember being there on the day that it was taken. Can you see it? This is a picture of my cousin Samantha and some of the kids that lived in our neighborhood in Lockport, Illinois. I lived with my aunt, my uncle, and my two cousins in Lockport, Illinois, which is by Joliet. It's in Will County. It is on the I&M Canal. It's like one of those I&M Canal towns. And it was established in 1837. Now, this house in Lockport gave me the creepiest vibes from day one, no doubt about it. I was always uneasy in the house, especially when I was alone. I was away at college much of the time, but my family experienced fairly regular occurrences, including either seeing or talking to a little girl in pink that my cousin affectionately nicknamed Pink. One day when my cousin was playing with some of the neighborhood kids, they sat down for a photo, and somebody happened to be there that they didn't know was there at the time. But if you can see, there's Pink. Hi everyone, my name is Jenny, for those of you that don't know who I am. And ever since I was little, I've always been very interested and fascinated and excited by the unknown, scary movies, especially zombie movies. I love zombie movies and paranormal movies. I love them. And the house in Lockport just kind of added fuel to that. And I wanted to know more about it. Now, my experience is different than what my family had experienced. But I will tell you a little bit about what I experienced and why I am doing this video. So there was one night that I was trying to be very quiet. Everybody had gone to sleep. My cousins were really little, and they had two separate rooms they were sleeping in. And my aunt and uncle had gone to bed, so I was trying to be very quiet. I was the only one up, and I was popping popcorn and trying to be very quiet, like I said. And in the middle of popping popcorn, as I'm sitting there waiting for it, I hear distinctly in my ear, somebody said, "Psst, psst." I never heard that before in the house. It wasn't like it was just like a pipe or something like that. I don't know. It was right in my ear. And it freaked me out, and I thought maybe my uncle was trying to scare me or play a joke on me or something like that, but I would have heard him. I know I would have heard him, but I still looked anyway, just to see if he had quietly gone up the stairs. But again, I would have heard him. He is a pretty loud walker. And he was nowhere to be found. Nobody was. The doors were closed upstairs. It's like, that was very bizarre, and it scared me, but also intrigued me. I was like, that's so weird, because it was very distinctly in my ear. And then literally like 5 minutes later, both of my cousins simultaneously, like right at the same time, started screaming from their two different rooms. And it was just so bizarre. Not to mention all the times that I felt very uneasy in the house, which was all the time. Let me be honest about that. And I never felt like that in any houses before. Maybe in certain areas and things like that of houses, but never to that extent where I was always uneasy, especially if I was by myself. I hated being by myself in that house. Interestingly enough, the college that I went to, Millikin University, had its own streak of paranormal shenanigans. There are stories of dorm room ghosts, including the hall that I used to live in that they tore down, Hessler Hall. Some of the girls down the hallway said that they had a ghost in their room. Aston Hall had a girl who committed suicide, I think back in the 1920s. That became a story. And I'm pretty sure that there's other dorms as well. There's also a variety of other stories from around campus. There's a story of a real girl who was the Albert Taylor Theater ghost. And she would literally get physical with people, like push them down the stairs and hurt them if candy was not left for her before performance. Ghosts of the old gym, various stories around campus like that. While I always loved the stories themselves, I was always more interested in the history behind the stories, like that ghostly history. So I did some research. I looked up some information about Decatur and about Millikin University, and I found out a lot of really cool things, which is a story for another day entirely. The important thing I got from that is that I fell in love with the lore of these things, the background information. So then I can decide for myself. since I love doing that, I figured I could put these stories together in a way that people can interact with it themselves, and then they can also figure it out for themselves. And that finally brings me to Echoes of the Unknown, which is the company that I'm trying to start and bring to the world, I guess you can say, or at least to the people of the immediate Chicago area and eventually, hopefully, the United States. It is a ghost tour, ghost adventure, walking ghost history tour, whatever. There's a variety of options that I'm putting together for people also. And I just want to bring it to life. This is a passion project of mine. I've been sitting on this for quite a few years. You know, it started off with the thought of doing something that's like storytelling in a way on YouTube. Yes, I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel. Not that I like to ever record myself or even have pictures taken of myself, but I've always wanted to do that. I thought I could bring some stories to life for people. So it's something that I've wanted to do for a while. And it's more than just a ghost tour, right? It's an immersive adventure for people that will be able to engage in different ways with whatever area they're going to be searching. To start with, I am just beginning with Lincoln Park in Chicago because I do know a lot about that, and then hopefully it will expand. Now here's the thing, to bring this to life, I am asking for some help, and that's really hard for me to do. Like, this whole video has been very hard for me to do. I don't like videotaping myself. I don't like pictures of myself. I really, really hate it, but I have to get over that. And I don't even take pictures at school. I don't know the last time I've been on a picture anywhere in my school. I avoid it on purpose. But I'm here. So I am asking for some help. You know, if you're able to, whether it is sharing my GoFundMe or any information to people that might be interested, or small donations. You know, I'm looking for donations or large donations, whatever you want to do. You know, that is completely up to you, or no donations, whatever. I mean, this is why I'm a terrible salesman. I'm just like, well, whatever. And I would just like walk away. And plus I hate asking for help. It is not my thing. But there's different ways that I'm asking for help. I started a GoFundMe. I have a Patreon, which offers different packages as well and different memberships. Patreon is more of a long-term thing. And of course, GoFundMe is a one-time thing. Plus, I would accept Zelle if that's easier. You don't have to pay any money to GoFundMe. I don't know that you do anyway, but I know they take percentages and stuff like that, which is fine because they need their money as well. And sharing, of course, sharing, and getting this out there would be very helpful. Again, I don't like asking, but I'm looking for things to enhance what I can do. You know, I don't have a binding machine. I don't have a good computer. My computer is my work computer, and it sucks. Sorry, CPS, but it does. And then supplies for that, paper, cardstock, you know, things that I have to bind the book with, like a really good printer, camera, a video recorder, you know, things that I would need. I'm not a ghost hunter, and I'm not going to be ghost hunting, you know, but I will be doing a lot of research and videotaping and footage and stuff like that of certain areas so that I can put it on my Patreon and put it on YouTube and stuff like that, and create the stories. I'm sorry, I'm not creating anything, but telling the stories themselves, right, with some research. So I'm going to need a lot of stuff. And while I think I could probably eventually get there, like once things go, but I'm trying to get it done a little bit sooner. I'm not getting any younger, and I would like to start off running rather than crawling, if that's possible, because I've already been like slow crawling my way to this, and I need to speed it up a little bit. So any help is appreciated. No help is okay too. Like I said, don't worry about it. It's I'm not going to hound people, but I am going to be putting this up quite a bit, just so you know. So that's what you'll see. So you can hide it, you know, do whatever you need to do, but any help is appreciated. And of course, sharing it with people that you know that would be interested in it. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on my own email, which is linked in the description below. Is that how they say that? Or my company's email, which is also linked. Okay, if you are local, I'm having an event on July 20th to kind of kick everything off. I'm hoping to have this company started and on the way by, what did I say to myself, July 21st. So I'm having an event on Sunday, July 20th, which is like a kickoff. So it would be a free tour. You can come and see what I'm working on. It would be kind of like a celebration in Lincoln Park in Chicago, and it would also be tied with a fundraiser. So if you're interested, come on out. I'm happy to show you what this is all about and how excited I am about it. So that's on July 20th. More details are to come. If you are interested, please email my company, which is thehauntographersguide @gmail.com, which is also in the description below.